This is probably about the third snake I've seen so far on the Nez Perce Trail, along the Nez Perce Historic Trail. And I don't know, I'd like to find out what kind of snake it is. It's not a rattlesnake. I've seen about 5 of these dead on the road, and you can kind of see why. They're easy prey for cars to run them over, because they just kind of like to hang out in either warm up in the sun in the morning or cool down in the shade, and this one's cooling down. I don't know, let's see if he's sticking out his tongue periodically to try to get some sense from me, poor guy. He's getting some powerful smelly odors from me, no doubt. I'm walking on the construction road side, just besides the highway. I just got out from the Nez Perce National Historic Park, and they have a great building there. A lot of artifacts, a lot of artifacts from a lot of the people that I've been reading about in the book here. Let's say, like, I saw the rifle of Chief Joseph, and what else? A kind of like a dress item from Yellow Wolf, and I've seen Yellow Wolf's name several times. So, and then a real good informative movie. One thing that they point out quite early in the movie is that Nez Perce got their name from French fur trappers who mistakenly thought that they had pierced noses, and Nez Perce means, I guess, one of pierced nose, and it was an incorrect name, which has stuck with them. They were actually the Nimipu, which is basically just means people of the of this region. But and then it went into the entire Nez Perce culture of both today and historically, and very well done. And I guess they're going to be having a new one come out, because you could see it was kind of probably done in the early 80s or something like that, just judging by the vehicles and such. But very informative, and the museum's definitely well worth checking out. So I'm coming into about 3 miles from Lapai, and I might be saying that wrong, Lapai. And that is a significant area, because that was where the Fort Lapai was, which I'm mispronouncing, but the fort was where they had the council meeting in which all of the tribes decided whether to sign the treaty or not sign the treaty. And it was a very important moment in the Nez Perce flight from the cavalry. So, got some easy walking here, because I don't know why they built this road here besides the road, but it makes for good walking. Just got to keep out, make sure I don't run over some snakes. Onward ho. Yeah, so I'm following this dirt road, which is obviously newly graded, and curious as to what it's going to be. And then that was about a half mile ago where that snake was, and then here we go, voila, come up to a brand newly minted, top of the line bicycle path. So really got to tip my hat to Idaho. They've been it seems like I've been running into these bike paths ever since the town of Asotin, and that's in Washington State, and they had a great bike path there, and then great bike path from Lewiston almost all the way to Spalding, and now I'm going from Spalding to Lapai, And here again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And here they're putting in a brand new bike path. So really, like I say, tip my hat to Idaho and Washington for putting in these bike paths. That's fantastic. Makes my journey a lot easier. Coming into the outskirts of La Pointe and still on the bike path, which is in the process of being constructed along the Highway 95. And here they have a brand new sign explaining the importance of La Pointe. Henry Harmon Spalding established Idaho's earliest mission here November 29, 1936, at a site chosen by the Nez Perce Indians. Ever since they met Lewis and Clark in 1805 and 1806, the Nez Perce had wanted to find out more about the white men's ways. In 1831, a Nez Perce delegation went all the way to St. Louis, where they saw Clark again and asked for teachers. Spalding came west to answer their call. With Indian help, a house and assembly hall were built in 24 days, and in 2 months, Mrs. Spalding started a mission school. In 1838, the mission was moved north to Clearwater. Now, Spalding was a Presbyterian missionary, and he, what am I trying to say? He got Chief Joseph to become a Christian, and old Chief Joseph, I should say, and he actually christened him and renamed him Joseph. So the name Joseph went from old Joseph to his son Joseph, Chief Joseph, and Chief Joseph is the one who has kind of grown in legend and lore. The Spaldings stayed here till the Whitmans, Marcus Whitman, was murdered along with his wife, and then the Spaldings chose not to stay here any longer. But they had a tremendous impact on the Nez Perce, and watching the movie at the Nez Perce Historical Center, you appreciate the importance of Lewis and Clark on the Nez Perce as well. And for 30 years, the Nez Perce actually encouraged the white men to come by, because they enjoyed the new technologies that the white men brought. But then slowly the friction started to arise as more and more settlers came to the area. Anyways, I got to be careful walking along the highway here, looking like an idiot with this camera, and get into the town of La Pointe on the Nez Perce Trail.